guys, I'm here today with a bit of a collection video. I thought I would show you my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I know a lot of people here on YouTube have those videos, but I have a decent amount of Makeup Geek shadows, not a ton, but I thought it would be fun to show you the ones I do have. A lot of them are really some of her most popular, like common, just everybody loves them and talks about them. So I thought I would show you. So let's get started. I have them in a few various palettes. My favorite little set I have in this e.l.f. Little quad. These are just the most basic everyday blending colors of hers. And I guess I will just take each pan out and show you. The first one that I'm going to show you is probably my favorite. It is Creme Brulee. And I'm not going to even begin to tell you some of the dupes to the MAC shadows because I don't know them all by heart and I don't want to get any wrong, but I'm pretty positive that Creme Brulee and Soft Brown are pretty similar. I think Soft Brown may be a little more pink, but the texture of these are so creamy and buttery. I mean, they are just great quality, really soft. I hope my light isn't casting a shadow because I'm seeing a shadow on my face. Creme Brulee is one of those perfect crease blending out colors. I absolutely love it. Then another shade I had picked up for kind of the same use, but it's a little on the darker end, is Frappe. And these Makeup Geek shadows are so pigmented. They're extremely inexpensive. The pan retails for $6. Her shipping is really reasonable. Every time I've ever ordered, I think the shipping's like $1.90 or something like that because they're just little pans she puts in a square box. I've never ordered any of her palettes or blushes, so I can't speak of those, but for just this. So it's kind of like the next shade up, Frappe. Then two other shades in here that are a little different, but really good shades for this kind of thing are Chickadee, which is kind of like a yellowish orange, but it's a really lovely way to put some warmth through your crease without it being the typical kind of brown. And these, I mean, they have the greatest formula, but you can see how Chickadee is on the skin. Like, it definitely has that oranges look, but it's not like, oh, she has straight up orange through her crease. Yellow. And then next up is Desert Sands, and it is one of those kind of mustardy browns, you know, baby poop kind of brown. I hope these swatches are doing something for you. If not, at least maybe the pans. So it definitely has warmth, but it has that kind of like yellowish green tint at like the base of it. So it's kind of different, I guess. It's a very unique shade. So those are the ones I leave in my, just that little quad. And those are all mattes. They're perfect blending colors. Next, I think I'll show you the ones that are in this palette because there's only 4 Makeup Geek shades in this. Okay, I will show you one more matte neutral and then I'll show you my foiled ones. This is Desert Sands, and it's not Desert Sands, I'm sorry, Preppy. It's kind of like Desert Sands but just more brown. Like, it still has a little bit of that kind of greenish undertone, but not near the same as Desert Sands. It's just that really interesting consistency or color. Okay, let me clean off my hands. It would be really nice if I edited videos for something like this. That would be a really good thing. Okay, then for my foiled shadows, I had picked up 2 close to the end of last year, and when I got them in, they were so amazing. I ordered 2 more before I had started my low buy for the year. The first one I got was Grandstand, and it is gorgeous. All of these that are this kind of shade, not the shade, but like there was a few that were all kind of in the same family. and I would have wanted them all, but I made myself, do you see how intense that shadow is? I made myself not get them all because I have so many colors that are similar to it. Me being this far away is just not even going to do grandstand justice, but you can see how just crazy pigmented it is, judging by the swatch. Like literally what I put on my finger, and look, like what's still on my finger. Like, do you see that? Just what's on my finger is still putting off that much pigment. They're crazy pigmented. And they are, I think they retail for $9.99 each. And then this was Mesmerized, which is a lot darker purple kind of shade. I mean, it is stunning. This one you could put all over your lid, but I stick to the outer edge kind of thing because it is a lot darker. And then the other two that I had wanted originally, but then I was like, I don't know, because they're a little more out there. Gorgeous. None, I mean, all the same. Flamethrower, but it is definitely a me kind of shade. I mean, it's that coppery, orange, bronze. I mean, it is super intense in its shade. It's not something I can wear often because it's like a fire. It is orange, but it is so, the dimension on it, you can just see the glowiness of it. You want to know something that disgusts me? Is seeing swatches of eyeshadow on people's fingertips, because you know your fingertips are a little wrinkly or they have lines, and the eyeshadow makes it look like it's really dry and ugh. And then this one is like not something I hardly ever use, but it's Houdini. But it's so freaking pretty, I had to get it. Oh. Like, I wish I could wear these colors more. And I pull it out occasionally, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. But it's so intense. It's like a bluish green, just gorgeousness. It's like the MAC Club, but I think MAC Club is just a little more wearable for me, or for more of like an everyday thing. But it's that same kind of look. It is so pretty. It's definitely something you need to pair with some warm tones, some browns, to kind of make it a little more wearable. I know Jaclyn Hill has done a lot of tutorials with Houdini, or at least some. So check her out. I'm not the one to check out for a makeup tutorial with that. Okay, then last but not least, I have another little thing of some Makeup Geek shadows. I think I'm going to have to swatch these on this arm. Okay, and these are a lot of her more common ones too. They're all real common, I think. Okay, next is Cocoa Bear. And this is pretty similar to MAC Brown Script. If I look like I'm digging my finger in it, it's because I'm using my left hand, which is really awkward. And this is a super matte red brown. It's not a color that I use as my crease cut, like blending out color, because it has a lot more pigment. It's definitely one that if you want to have a crease to show up, and a lot of times that's not the look I go for, so that would be the one that you would want, because it's beautiful though. Next is Barcelona Beach. And I'm pretty sure there's a MAC dupe for this, but like I said, I'm not 100% positive, so I'm not going to say it if I don't know. And it is kind of like a grayish brown. So it's a little more cool tone. It's definitely like the cooler of the creme brulee frappes and stuff like that. There's a girl here on YouTube, Meg's Makeup 8, I think. She does like project pan videos, and I just started watching her recently. And she did a look with MAC Brown Script, which is pretty similar to Cocoa Bear, where she just did like a one shadow look. She did it over a cream eyeshadow that was like kind of a little shimmery, and it looked so pretty. I'm gonna have to try to recreate it. This is Cosmopolitan. I think this one is kind of compared to MAC Expensive Pink, which is another shade I really love, which is kind of, this is just like a golden pink. I don't want to say it's like a rose gold, because it definitely has pink in it. It's so shimmery. Okay. Makeup Geek Cinderella. I picked this one up to kind of complete my Venus quad. That's the reason I have it. I have MAC Jeté, which is long discontinued, but this seems kind of similar. It's a very soft, like seashell champagne pink. I don't know how well that's even translating for you, but it's a really pretty color. Not that and Barcelona Beach are not must-haves in my opinion, but Barcelona Beach is cool tone, and then Cinderella, I guess I just have so much stuff similar. It's pretty, but I would pass on it. Okay, then we have Bitten, which is a super matte cranberry shade. I recently did a get ready with me where I use mostly this as the main lid color, and I think it's really pretty. And let me mention something about that. It's probably because I'm pregnant I'm even gonna say this, but every time I upload a get ready with me video, I lose quite a few subscribers that day. If you don't like get ready with me, don't even watch it. Like, why unsubscribe because somebody does it? Like, oh, I liked them, but since you do get ready with me, no. And I always get thumbs down. If you don't like it, don't watch it. You know that I do long get ready with me's that are chatty. Just don't watch it, because I don't want you watching it if you're gonna do that. If you don't like them and you don't like what I have to say, I probably wouldn't like you. So I guess it's good they unsubscribe. Okay, Peach Smoothie. I love this one for a transition shade. You can throw it in with any look. It's just like a peach. It's not like the color of a real peach, but it's just like this super matte, peachy. It's just a lovely shade. That does it no favors. Like, that's why it doesn't do it any favors. Okay. The next one is Mango Tango. I picked this up also to kind of make the little bit of my Venus palette. It's like a peachy pink. It's almost like a shade you would see as a blush. But I really like it a lot too. Okay, 2 more and then we're done. This one is Country Girl. I picked this up because somebody had also done a one look thing with this, and it was so pretty on their eyes. They had like blue greenish eyes. And I actually had forgotten that I had picked it up at some point, and so now I have 2. And actually, if you watched my MAC palette video and that one shade at the bottom that I couldn't get out and I didn't know what it was Country Girl by Makeup Geek. I did get it out. Okay, and last but not least, I have Latte, which is another one of those kind of crease shades, but it's actually one I would say skip if you're going to get any of those. It's just darker and cooler. So it's, you know, it's pretty, but I'd rather have these as a blending out shade. But that's my personal preference. All of these shades, I will say, have a really great texture. I think Barcelona Beach is a little, I don't want to say chalky or dry, but it didn't swatch as easily as Creme Brulee and some of the other ones. Bitten is a little chalky, but it's so dark that to me, that much pigment in a dark matte shade, it's hard. It's not chalky by any means, but it's definitely not as smooth and buttery as some of the lighter shades, if that tells you anything. But for the most part, they're all just a beautiful texture, and I don't think you could go wrong with any of her shadows. I haven't tried any of the duochromes that she came out with. I haven't tried the new foiled shadows, obviously. I've never tried her pigments or her blushes, and I've been tempted on the blushes, but I just haven't, I guess, heard enough about them or paid enough attention to where I can say, I want to try this shade. So if you know anything about Makeup Geek, blushes, or shadows, especially the blushes, and you know my, you know, preference on shade, then feel free to give me recommendations. Or if there's any other Makeup Geek shadows you think I need to try, tell me. But I think I have a pretty good amount. Like, I'm doing pretty good on those. Between those and MAC, there's not really any shades that I feel like I'm missing out on. Occasionally I feel like I need one of her shades, and that's the good thing, because the shipping is so reasonable that you could get 2 pans for $12. With the shipping, it's like not even $14, which is pretty close to the cost of a MAC eyeshadow nowadays, which I'm not positive the price. And the Makeup Geek shadows are they're really great texture. I'm not affiliated with Makeup Geek by any means. I don't have a Makeup Geek affiliate link, so I'm not just saying this to kind of push her products, which the people that do push her products, I don't even mind, because I know that they're really good quality. You can't go wrong. If you're looking for a specific shade, go for Makeup Geek to pick up one of those. I do not think you would be disappointed. If I had to suggest you pick up 3, it would be Creme Brulee, Peach Smoothie, and then Foiled Grandstand. Those would be my picks. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little collection video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.